And good morning, everyone, and welcome to VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, for day 2 of the River State Conference Baseball Tournament. Here in Game 1 today, this is our first elimination game as the IU Kokomo Cougars, 16-29 overall, 12-16 in conference, go against the Brescia Bearcats of Owensboro, Kentucky. They are 22-11 over, 22-14 overall, 14-14 in River State's conference action. Let's give you the starting lineups now. First of all, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, IU Kokomo. Leading off will be the second baseman, Noah Wolf. David Hankins, the right fielder, will bat second. Nate Montgomery, the DH, hitting third. And in the cleanup spot, the center fielder, Rodney Rachel. Batting fifth, Genevieve Garcia, the shortstop. Max French will follow him at third base. Batting seventh and playing first, it's Corbin Napier. Hitting eighth, the catcher, Luke Hansen. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Jack Tallman. For Brescia, leading off will be the center fielder, Max Johnson. Hitting second, Joseph Master, the shortstop. Grant Hebner, the left fielder, bats third. And hitting cleanup, Hayden Jones at second base. Michael Asensio, the third baseman, will hit fifth. Then it's Miguel Marcos, the DH, hitting in the sixth spot. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Chase Christie. Hitting eighth will be Connor Matchison. He is the catcher, and batting ninth will be Kyle Brown in right field. On the bump for IU Kokomo, getting the start here in our first game of today is Asa Christie. Christie starting in game 1 today. As we look at Mr. Christie, I don't have any statistical information on him right now, but I'm sure we will dig it up momentarily. As IU Kokomo will start things off with Noah Wolf, the second baseman. That is low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Wolf, up-to-date stats, hitting .327 with a homer, 24 runs batted in, 48 hits, 147 at bats, 33 runs scored. That's one hopped back to the pitcher, and that is Warda. Warda will throw to first base, and there is one gone. So 1-3 on the out. That's going to bring up Hankins, the right fielder. He is a left-handed batter. That pitch is a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. 1-0 the count. Hankins at .296, no homers, 21 runs batted in. That's a ball, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Misses. It is 3-0. Warda, the pitcher, 3-4 with a 5.64 ERA. His 11th appearance and 9th start. 35 in the third innings, 28 hits, 26 runs, 22 of them earned. Struck out 24, walked 25, and that is another walk for him, 26 now, as that is a walk. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 129 at bats, opposition hitting .217 against him. 7 wild pitches and 6 hit batters. As it is Noah Montgomery stepping in now. with Hankins at first base. 1 on, 1 out here in the top half of the first. Foul down the third base line. One and one the count. Runner goes to second and is in there standing as Hankins steals second base. IU Kokomo stolen 94 bases and has been caught 20 times. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 and 2 the count. That is fouled. That was Hankins' 13th stolen base of the year. Leading the team is Noah Wolf, who has 18 stolen bases. Dancing off second base is Hankins. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Nate Montgomery is a junior out of Lexington, Indiana. Played at Vincennes University, 6'2" and 210. That's just going to miss, and it makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 and 2 the count. One gone here in the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Dylan Warda. And there's 2 gone. Rachel, the center fielder, will step in now for IU Kokomo. He is a right-handed batter. Big lead at second base. That's foul tip. No ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike to count now. 1 and 1 the count. Rachel is hitting at .302. 38 hits, 126 at bats, 25 runs scored, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in, squares around the butt, and it is a strike anyway. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kokomo coming in with a record of 18 and 29, 12 and 15 in conference. Top half of inning number 1, no score. Low and outside evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rodney Rachel, a junior, 6 feet, 200 pounds, out of Coleraine Township in Ohio, a transfer out of Lincoln Trail Community College. 2-2 pitch. That's outside. It's 3 and 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Warda, a little more walks than he would like, I'm sure. 24 strikeouts, 26 walks. That's hit to first and should end the inning, and it does. As stepping on first base is Chase Christie. In the first inning for IU Kokomo, no runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base, 1 half inning played. And the first game of day 2 with the score, IU Kokomo nothing, and Brescia coming to bat. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from Chillicothe, Ohio, on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Is like a family. It's really a relaxed atmosphere for being on a college campus.
I just fell right in love with the campus. Everybody was so welcoming and so kind. You get the type of attention that you need. It's very easy to make friends. A very affordable university for me. I'm debt-free once I graduate, and that makes me a lot more excited about my future.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit. In the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
Back at Chillicothe on the bump for IU Kokomo is Asa Christie. Asa, a 6', 195-pound right-handed pitcher from Greenwood, Indiana, and played at Center Grove High School. Stepping in for Brescia, the center fielder Max Johnson in the first pitch, hits it. And immediately the Bearcats have a runner on at first base. Asa Christie is 2-8 with a 6.10 ERA. His 21st appearance, 9th start, 41 in the third innings, 35 hits, 31 runs, 28 of them earned. He has struck out 38, walked 26, 8 doubles, 1 triple, 4 homers, 152 at bats. Opponents hitting at .230 against him, 6 ball pitches, and 9 hit batters. That is a strike. At the plate is the shortstop, Joseph Massa. That's a strike. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Massa hitting at .375 with 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Bring him up. Call third strike. 1 on, 1 out. Grant Hebner, the third hitter of the inning. You're going to take a look at this. Dropped right over the plate there. Good little 12-6 pitch. As Hebner, a junior from Edwardsville, Illinois, and St. Charles Community College. That misses 1 ball and no strikes. Hebner, 321, 45 hits, 140 at bats, 36 runs scored, 9 homers, and 32 runs batted in. Fastball hits the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brescia hitting the ball at .304 as a team coming in. Have hit 38 home runs. We're in a whole lot of long balls yesterday. Heavy air, not a lot of breeze. 52 degrees our game 1 temperature today. But you're not going to wind chill that because you look at the flag out there and it's just barely flittering a little bit in the breeze. You see it out there now. Swing and a miss. As I said that, it picked up just a little bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Hebner. Hebner steps back in. There it is. 1 and 2. Outside 2 and 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hayden Jones, second baseman on deck for the Bearcats. Misses outside. It's 3 and 2. Weidman here would put runners at first and second. Here with the Bearcats, a runner in scoring position here in the first. Back over to first base. Bearcats have stolen 79 bases. They've been caught 26 times. Three-two pitch from Christie. That is fouled off, stays at 3 and 2. But with the count 3 and 2, you know that Johnson is going to be running. Johnson has stolen 6 bases this year, been caught 4 times. That's ball 4. Runners at first and second. First walk of the ball game for Asa Christie. He has also hit a batter. Hayden Jones, the second baseman, up now. Redshirt freshman out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, a transfer from Middle Tennessee State. Two on. They were in the bottom half of the first. That is a strike on the inside corner. Hayden Jones at 342. 52 hits, 152 at bats, 32 runs scored, 7 homers, 63 runs batted in. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. First of 3 games today. Next game will be IU Southeast in Midway. Into short center. That's going to drop for a base hit. The bases are loaded. First base hit of the game for Brescia. As Jones is at first base, Grant Hebner moves to second base. Going to third base is Max Johnson. Asensio, the third baseman, up. Michael Asensio. .307 with 2 homers and 20 runs batted in. A strike, 0-1. A sophomore out of Joliet, Illinois, and a transfer out of Kaskaskia Junior College. Bearcats at every base and 1 out. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Christie works from the stretch. Foul that one back, and it stays at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Misses outside with the off-speed pitch. 1-2. Crucial early moments for Asa Christie, the pitcher for IU Kokomo. Hit to third, the throw to second, to one, the throw to first. Not in time, so a fielder's choice to get the second out of the inning. As that will punch out Jones at second base. Asensio is on at first. Going to third base is Hebner. And scoring is Max Johnson. And that gives the Bearcats of Brescia a 1-0 lead here in the bottom half of the first, as the designated hitter, Marcos, will step in. And that is a strike to Marcos. A sophomore out of Santiago of the Dominican Republic. Swing and a miss on the high fastball there. 2 strikes the count. Marcos at .341 with 5 homers and 28 runs batted in. Just misses. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two to count. Took some off that one. Strike 3. Second strikeout for Christie. But Brescia will hit the boards first in the elimination game here as they get a run in the first. We have played one complete here with the score the Brescia Bearcats 1 and the IU Kokomo Cougars 0. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from Chillicothe, Ohio, on the River State Conference Championship Network.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Are you fueled by a passion for sports, dreaming of turning it into a career? Midway University has the playbook to help you achieve that dream, and our online programs are a key part of that winning formula. Whether coaching, managing events, overseeing venues, or excelling in marketing, Midway offers several degree programs to help you score big in the sports industry. Enroll now and kickstart your journey to an exciting career in sports. Find out more at midway.edu/winning.
Back at VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, Jedveer Garcia, the shortstop for IU Kokomo, steps in. Dylan Warda first inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 4 batters faced. That will miss. No flyouts, 2 groundouts, 19 pitches, 8 of them were strikes. Misses outside. Garcia, a junior from Puerto Rico and came from Bryant and Stratton College. And he'll walk to start the second. That's the second walk of the game for Warda. So 1 on. Tying runs at first base with nobody out. And that's going to bring up Max French. He is the third baseman. A junior, 5'11", 190 out of Grand Ledge, Michigan, and Lansing Christian High School. That's stroked into left field for a base hit. So the Cougars are starting off the top half of the second with a little bit of a rally. They got French is at first base. Garcia goes to second. Nobody out. The number 7 hitter on the order is Corbin Napier. Napier, a junior, 6'3", 225 out of Indianapolis, Indiana, played at Vincennes University. Runners at first and second. Gets a pretty good bunt down. Will accomplish the purpose as runners are at second and third. French goes to second. Garcia moves over to third. And we're down to the number 8 hitter, Luke Hansen. So second and third with 1 out. Luke Hansen, a grad student out of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Yorkville High School. That is a ball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Strike on the outside corner evens the count at 1-1. Hansen at 233 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. As I will tell you, I was impressed with Hansen behind the plate yesterday. 2 balls, 1 strike. Low and outside. 3-1 the count. Jack Tallman, the left fielder on deck for the Cougars. Not so fast, my friend, as Mr. Corso says. That is a strike, so Hansen will come back. Three-two pitch. This time it's ball 4. Third walk for Warda. It'll be a runner at first for Kokomo. Jude Reddy will be the runner. So Reddy running at first base. And we have a conference on the bump as we wait for Tallman to get in, and Warda has ran into some trouble here in the second inning. Brescia is still up 1-0. But the Cougars are threatening with Cougars at every base. Reddy running for Hansen at first base. At second base, Max French. Jadvir Garcia is at third, and Tallman strides to the plate. Jack Tallman, a senior, 6 feet 185 out of Indianapolis, and a transfer out of McKendree University, and that's fouled straight back. Tallman at 262, no homers, 5 runs batted in. Hits that one to the right. Caught at the warning track, but that's going to tie the ball game up. A deep fly ball to Kyle Brown, who caught it, but Garcia will score from third base. And it is a 1-1 ball game. Max French moved to third. And staying at first base is Reddy. Back up to the top of the order, and Wolf, who is 0 for 1. Strike on the outside corner to Wolf. Noah Wolf, a senior, 5'7", 170 out of Fishers, Indiana. And that is a shot into right field. We're going to have at least one run score. Second run charge into the plate. He'll score standing. And the Cougars have taken a 3-1 lead. So Wolf knocks in 2 as French scores easily from third base. Reddy comes in and scores all the way from first. And hanging at second base with a double is Wolf. And it is 3-1, IU Kokomo in the second. As the right fielder Hankins steps in, it's 3-1. That is a strike, no balls, and 1 strike. Hankins is a senior, 5'7", 180 out of Knoxville, Illinois. And Carl Sandburg, Community College. It's fouled off. 0-1. Hankins, 296 with no homers, 21 runs batted in. Foul tip, and it's 0, it's actually caught. And that's going to be the inning. Ends up being a strikeout, second one of the ball game for Dylan Warda. But the Cougars have themselves a big inning. They get a 3 spot in the second. And we played 1.5 with the score IU Kokomo 3, Brescia 1. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. And we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Back at Chillicothe, 7, 8, and 9 in the bottom half of the second for the Bearcats. As they're now down to the ball game 3-1. Got 1 run in the bottom half of the first. Chase Christie steps in. And that pitch is a strike. Christie a senior out of Wadesville, Indiana, and North Posey High School. Played at Oakland City University before he transferred to Brescia. 1 ball and 1 strike. Christie at 292 with 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. Fouled straight back. It's 1-2. He was the Champions Character Award winner for Brescia this year. Great young man. Got a chance to know him a little bit when he was a member of the Mighty Oaks. Good glue guy. Good. That's going to be hit to first. And you got to give credit there for Asa Christie, no relation, getting over to first base so Napier could throw him the ball. So 3-1 on the out. And Mitchison, the catcher, is up. Connor Mitchison, a freshman from Owensboro, Kentucky, out of McLean County High School. That is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Mitchison, 242 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. Misses inside and evens the count at 1-1. Misses low and inside, 2-1. 2-1 the count. Into right center, and an all-out jump there by Peyton Hankins, the right fielder, and there are 2 gone. A Webb Gem-esque play there by Hankins. So 2 gone. As we're going to take a look at this one more time. That was a shot by Mitchison. And look how far Hankins goes, and belly up there and slide for good. Brent, that's hit and is a foul ball. That was not an easy play by Luke Hansen, the catcher. And an interesting third for Brescia, but it's still 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, as we have played 1.5 innings here in game 1 in day 2. With the score, IU Kokomo 3 and Brescia 1. You are watching some great Rivers State Conference Championship baseball in Chillicothe, Ohio, on the Rivers State Conference Championship Network.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit, in the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
Back in Chillicothe, 3, 4, and 5 for the Cougars in the third. Nate Montgomery will start things off. He struck out in the first, will be followed by Rachel, the center fielder, and Garcia, the shortstop. Well, the Cougars had a big inning last inning. The strike picked up a 3 spot and turned a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead. Wind, you talked about it, it's picking up now. That is fouled off. It's a ball and a strike. Nate Montgomery, a junior from Lexington, Indiana, played baseball before at Vincennes University. That's low and outside. Leading the team in hitting at .381. The homers 27 runs batted in. Fouls it off, 2-2. I just looked up and all. The wind has been dead since we got here. Actually, since they got here Wednesday night before first game, and it is picked up. It's whipping, and as you look at the flag, it's a thing that you dread if you're a pitcher because the wind, it's blowing out. It dropped just a little bit. It was really whipping a second ago, but it's going pretty well now. And that's going to be ball 4. And Montgomery with a leadoff walk. Third walk of the contest. Ward 2 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs. Has struck out 2, walked 3, 11 batters faced, 1 double, 1 flyout, 3 groundouts, as that is hit into the air and down the right field line. And it gets away from the right fielder, Kyle Brown. And give credit to Montgomery. He had to wait to see if that was caught. By golly, Rachel almost ran past him, but didn't. Second and third. That's a wind-aided double if I ever saw one. You look at Kyle Browning. Whoa, it says I just overran that thing and boom, there it goes. Get one of those big field turf bounces and Rachel's pretty fast. Montgomery put it in gear to get to third base. So it's second and third with nobody out. The Cougars are already up 3-1. Kyle Brown, buddy, I don't blame you on that. You had a wind whipper on that. Swing and a miss. Jazier Garcia walked and scored on the second. Runners at second and third with nobody out. And that misses. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jedver Garcia, 256. 2 homers, 23 runs batted in. That's way outside. And Mitchison, the catcher, did a good job keeping that thing in front of him and not letting it go back to the backstop. And a pretty good amount of backstop territory here at VA Memorial Stadium. Swing and a miss, and that is all for Garcia. Second strikeout for Brescia pitcher Dylan Warda. Max French 1 for 1 with a run scored. Was knocked in by Wolf in the second. That is hit into right center field. And the center fielder Johnson camps under that and makes the play, but it's going to be 4-1. Scoring from third base is Montgomery. Staying at second base is Garcia. Is Rachel. There are 2 outs. And Napier, the first baseman who sacrificed his first time, hits that one. It hit the runner. And he's out. If you're out, and I don't think that felt real good either, but Rachel's got a good sense of humor about it. Yes, of course they are. You got to run that inning, and you've extended the lead to 4-1 as it is IU Kokomo over Brescia. You are watching the Rivers State Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the Rivers State Conference Championship Network.
Fueled by a passion for sports, dreaming of turning it into a career, Midway University has the playbook to help you achieve that dream, and our online programs are a key part of that winning formula. Whether coaching, managing events, overseeing venues, or excelling in marketing, Midway offers several degree programs to help you score big in the sports industry. Enroll now and kickstart your journey to an exciting career in sports. Find out more at midway.edu/winning.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit. In the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
Go to the home half of the third. The Brescia Bearcats have the top of their order coming up as a good defensive center fielder. Max Johnson will step in. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning. That's the only run of the game for Brescia so far. And that is 1 ball and no strikes. That is high. Max Johnson, a sophomore out of Hazard, Kentucky, and a transfer out of Kentucky Christian. That was hit pretty well. And I think he can take his time on this one, as Max Johnson's going to touch them all, and it's a 4-2 ball game. As it bounced off the top of the fence and left and goes over. You think Max is pumped there? I think a pretty good chance he is. Max Johnson with his 4th home run of the year and his 25th run batted in. And it's 4-2 as Massa, the shortstop, that's foul, the first one off. And the catcher, I'm impressed with Hanson. Hanson has played well behind the plate. That's one gone. Hebner, the left fielder, walked his first time. Hebner, a junior out of Edwardsville, Illinois, and St. Charles Community College. That misses just a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes. Base is clear, but the Bearcats have scored 1 here in the bottom half of the third. That's hit in the air to shallow right center field. Had a choice of about 3 that could have got it. Peyton Hankins, the most logical one, did. And there's 2 outs as Hayden Jones will step in with 2 outs. He's 1 for 1. Jones, a redshirt freshman out of Campbellsville, Kentucky, and a transfer out of Middle Tennessee State. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Misses high and tight. Massa 375 48 hits, 128 at bats, 39 runs scored, 4 homers, and 22 runs batted in. That goes outside. It's 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. This is an elimination game. A good team, one way or another, is not going to play past this game right here. That's a strike right down Main, and it's 3-1. Foul tip. Strike 2. 3-2. So Christie, who's down 3-0, has now worked it back to 3-2. Five and a half hole. And was very impressed with Garcia, the shortstop. Went a long way, held on to the ball. And safe on at first base is Jones. Michael Asensio, the third baseman, will step in now. Number 0. I like that. Asensio, a sophomore from Joliet, Illinois, and Kaskaskia Junior College. That is shot down the left field line and caught by Max French that made a web gem play at third base. And that is all for the Bearcats. They get a home run, though, by Max Johnson. And we have played 3 complete. And the score is IU Kokomo 4 and Brescia 2. You are watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Is like a family. It's really a relaxed atmosphere for being on a college campus.
I just fell right in love with the campus. Everybody was so welcoming and so kind. You get the type of attention that you need. It's very easy to make friends. A very affordable university for me. I'm debt-free once I graduate, and that makes me a lot more excited about my future.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. And we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Kicking off the 4th inning. 7, 8, and 9 up for IU Kokomo. And the pitch by Warda. Low and outside. Dylan Warda, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 16 batters faced, 2 doubles, 4 ground outs, no flyouts, 52 pitches, 27 of them are strikes. That is into right center. And that time the right fielder, Kyle Brown, dove and made an excellent attempt there. And is on at first base. As a runner out there for Brescia, I think that was Solomon. I'll check the number here and double check that. As Napier, the first baseman, steps in. Well, he's pretty good. That's Ruddy, who that is Jude Ruddy, a redshirt sophomore from Batavia, Illinois. Didn't give me time to get his information before he stole second base. runner at second base with nobody out in the top half of the fourth inning. Bears around to bunt. It is high. That was Jude Reddy's 11th stolen base of the year. "95 stolen bases for the Cougars. 2 balls and no strikes. "3-0 pitch. And that is ball. I thought it was. That's ball 4. As Hanson will go down to first base and Jack Tallman steps in. That's going to bring a conference to the bump. Now, Brescia takes the lead first. They got a run in the bottom of the first. IU Kokomo answers with 3 in the top of the second. But each team, Kokomo and Brescia, scored 1 run in the third, so it's 4-2 right now. But a threat by Kokomo in the top half of the fourth inning. I think we're going to have a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the Bearcats, number 21, Grayson Smith.
Dylan Warda's day is done. And there will be a new pitcher. Grayson Smith, a right-handed pitcher, a freshman out of Owensboro, Kentucky, at Apollo High School. So Smith will be the second pitcher of the day for the Brescia Bearcats. He is 1-3 with a 6.07 ERA. 15th appearance, 4 starts, 29 2/3 innings, 44 hits, 25 runs, 20 of them earned. Has struck out 20, walked 10, 7 doubles, no triples, 3 homers, 124 at bats. Opposition hitting .355 against him, 3 wild pitches. So Smith is the second pitcher of the day. We close out Warda. 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs. Struck out 3 and walked 5. The walks, as I talked earlier, has hurt him earlier this year. 15 batters faced. He's allowed 2 doubles, 2 flyouts, 4 groundouts, 60 pitches, of which 30 of them are strikes. As Dylan Smith will continue his warm-ups. There is no tomorrow in this game. This is an elimination game. These break my heart, you know. I've been privileged to do River State Conference baseball for the last 4 years. And you get to know a lot of these young men all over the conference, and you don't want to see bad things happen to any of them. Number 9 hitter Jack Tallman is up. And a sac fly and an RBI in the second. Low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for IU Kokomo. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Brescia. Strike on the outside corner, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good lead at second base by Ruddy. We got a double steal going. Throw to third, not in time, but they pull off the double steal. Ruddy running for Napier steals third base. the second stolen base he scored in the inning. And Hanson going in the backside also gets a stolen base. So we've already had 3 stolen bases in this inning. So that is 5 stolen bases for the day and 98 stolen bases for the Cougars. 2 balls and a strike. Tallman is at the plate, hitting at 130. Outside, and that doesn't help. You walk a 130 hitter there and load the bases. As Hankins steps in, pardon me, that was Wolf that walked there. That's fouled out of play. Hankins walked in the first and struck out in the second. He also stole a base. Outside, I think maybe Mitchison and Smith may have been a little bit crossed up there. 1-1 to count. 4-2 the score, but the Cougars threatening here in the fourth. Drilled off one of the poles here down the third base line. Then love this stadium. Was built in 1955 as part of the VA complex in Chillicothe. That's found out. It's a very, very interesting complex. It's got this, and it also has a really nice golf course, and it's got a VA hospital. That's the stadium. Old school, being the old fart I am. I like the history you have here. That's swung on and foul tipped. And that is all for Hankins. As Montgomery will stand in. That's first strikeout of the ball game for Smith. And that is the first out in the inning. For the Cougars. That's right down Main Street, a strike for Montgomery. 0-1. Wolf at first. Hanson at second. Ready running for Napier at third. Fouled straight back. No balls and 2 strikes. Four, 5-0. Misses outside for IU Kokomo. 2-3-0 for Brescia. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rachel on deck. Swing and a miss. And back-to-back strikeouts for Grayson Smith. Rachel steps up. He's 1 for 2. That just misses. Swing and a miss. I tell you, Smith is starting to deal right now. Low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. That misses. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike. That would bring a run in with a walk. Fouled off, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Rachel, the 7th hitter of the IU Kokomo 4th inning. That's fouled again. Rachel at the plate. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A big pitch coming up. Runners in motion, and that's hit into left center field. But the left fielder should be able to get it. Not only should he, but he did, as Hebner made the play. As in the inning, IU Kokomo leaves the bases loaded. We have played 3.5 here at Chillicothe with the score. IU Kokomo 4 and Brescia 2. You are watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, the River State Conference Championship Network. Back at Chillicothe, and the high cheese gets Marcus there for a strike. Marcus struck out in the 1st inning. Miguel Marcos, a sophomore out of Santiago of the Dominican Republic. That's 2 strikes to him. Miguel Marcos at .341, 44 hits, 129 at bats, 33 runs scored, 5 homers, 28 runs batted in. Foul back, it stays at 0-2. You look there at Christie. He's pretty much got the job done. That's inside. 3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 14 batters faced, 1 home run, 5 flyouts, 2 groundouts, 44 pitches, 28 of them are strikes. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Miguel Marcos, who struck out of the 1st. Christie, the 2-2. That's high, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The wind, which was whipping up, has died down. Did he go around? He did not. And that means it's ball 4. So Marcos starts off the inning with a walk. Chase Christie, Champion of Character Award winner for Brescia, will step in. Man that played his high school baseball at North Posey and from Wadesville, Indiana. And we are going to have a quick conference on the bump, and I think he has just signaled. He hasn't taken Christie out yet, but he was pointing toward the pen. And the Cougars have work going on the pen right now. Now he is in for the time being, but we do have work heating up in the Cougar bullpen. There is no tomorrow here. Both these teams going to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, into this one, as it is a double elimination tournament, and there you see the work out of the pen. So Christie will step in. 292 with 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. Fouls that one, and it's 0-1. Marcos on at first and nobody out. It is a 4-2 Cougar lead, so Christie is basically the tying run now at the plate. Check swing. That is a strike. 2 strikes to Christie. A man out of Wadesville, Indiana. Left-handed batter at the plate. Nice family. 0-2 pitch. And it's high, 1-2. Got a chance to know them a bit when he was a member of the Oakland City University Mighty Oaks a couple of years back. The stretch by Christie. And the 1-2 pitch. Ring him up. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the contest for Christie. Well, look at this. It's a pretty pitch. Hits the inside part. That's a caught looking. A backwards K in your scorebook. Throw to second, head first slide. They got it. Marcos tried to take second, and he is gunned down in trying to do so. So there are 2 outs now. And the rally has lost a little bit of steam. His first time caught stealing this year. That is a strike. 2 strikes the count. It looked like Hansen wanted that one. Not yet. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Mitchison. From Owensboro, Kentucky, out of McLean County High School. That is outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And into left center. And that is going to do it for the Brescia Bearcats. in the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and with the runner thrown out, nobody left on base. 4 complete, played in day 2, game 1, with the score IU Kokomo 4 and Brescia 2. You're watching the Rivers State Conference Baseball Championships from Chillicothe, Ohio, on the Rivers State Conference Championship Network.
At Oakland City University, baseball isn't just a game, it's a tradition. Built on grit, determination, and a relentless drive to win, this is where hard work meets opportunity and teammates become family. Compete at a high level while earning your degree and building your future. If you're ready to compete, to grow, and to leave your mark, come join OCU and the many athletes who have built their legacies here.
Back at VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, it is a 4-2 ball game. Grayson Smith on the bump, the second pitcher of the day for Brescia. Ward of the first 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 3 strikeouts, 5 walks. Grayson Smith 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. It was effective. 9, 1, and 2. Let's turn the page. How about 4, 5, and 6 for IU Kokomo? That is inside. One ball, no strikes. Jadvir Garcia at the plate. Swing and a miss. He walked and scored in the second, struck out in the third. Off-speed pitch is high, and it is 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. And that is ball 4 and a leadoff walk for IU Kokomo here in the top half of the 5th inning. The walks have not been helpful to Brescia. That's hit down the right field line. And that is going to bounce up against the fence. And the runner is at second base. So a runner at second base for Brescia, that is Garcia. And he would take that over the walk, I'm sure. So the Cougars are up by 2 and a chance to elongate that lead. As Max French with a base hit and scoring in the second, and a sac fly and an RBI in the third. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Max French, a junior, 5'11", 190 pounds, out of Grand Ledge, Michigan, and Lansing Christian High School. There's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. A little bit inside. 2-1. If you're Grayson Smith, you want to keep it right where it's at 4-2. Low and outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. That is fouled. That is toward the Kokomo bullpen. Cougars have out hit the Bearcats 6-3. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the ball game for Grayson Smith. 1 out on and 1 out. Napier at the plate now. Corbin Napier sacrificed to the second at a base hit in the fourth, and his runner, Rudy, stole a couple of bases. That's a strike. Low and outside, 2-1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for IU Kokomo. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Brescia. High and outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Foul back. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Garcia with his lead from second base. That's ball 4. And runners at first and second base. Second walk for Smith. 7th walk for Brescia pitching today as Warda had 5. Fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. That is inside. Luke Hansen at the plate. Base hit and scored in the second. Walked, stole a base in the fourth. Misses outside. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is all for Hansen. Oh, another strikeout for Smith. Number 9 hitter Tallman at the plate. swings and misses there, and it's no balls and one strike. Sack fly on a ribby in the second, walked in the fourth. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 2 gone. And they're having a little bit of early trouble. Smith has gotten a couple of strikeouts when he's needed them most. Just getting a piece of that one. It's no balls and 2 strikes. We have had some very entertaining baseball in this tournament. All the games going right down to the wire, and this one is not an exception. 4-2 the score. As Smith tries to take care of the number 9 hitter. Throw to third. He overslid the base. And that's the inning. He had it. That is the danger on the field turf. You slide a little bit more than you do if you're on regular dirt. So Garcia getting thrown out will end the inning. In the inning for IU Kokomo, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 4.5 innings here in game 1 of day 2 with the score IU Kokomo 4 and Brescia 2. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
9-1-2 for Brescia here in the home half of the 5th. Kyle Brown, the right fielder, is 0 for 1. And that's low. 1 ball and no strikes. A senior from Scotia, New York, and Felician University. Chops that one to third. And that's an out as Asensio. Pardon me, it is French throwing to Napier on that 5-3. And there's 1 gone in the 5th. Back to the top of the order, and Max Johnson hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and the 3rd. That is a strike. Max, a sophomore from Hazard, Kentucky, and a transfer out of Kentucky Christian. 317, 4 homers and 25 runs batted in. A shot to third. And that handcuffed Max French just enough that Johnson is on at first. So 1 on and 1 out. And we look at that. You want to talk to me. You think that this is why they call that the hot corner. Ouch, 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 ouch. And you had Johnson hustling down the first base line, and he's on with a 1-out base hit. Mass with the shortstop, 0 for 2. Misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. High and outside, 2-0. Taking his time. Pitch clock down to 3 when he throws that one. Here's a strike. Asa Christie, 4 1/3. 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 caught looking. That's a foul ball. And the catcher, Hanson, will take that one for the second out. Hebner steps in, walked to the first, and flew out to right field and Kyle Brown in the third. Throw back over to first base. Johnson is back. That's high. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson has stolen 6 bases for Brescia this year. That's hit into left. That's back. That's going to bounce off the wall. Here comes Johnson. He scores. It is a double for Hebner. Give him an RBI. And it is a 4-3 game. It's down to a 1-run Cougar advantage as Hayden Jones, if he could bring home Hebner, would tie the ball game up. That's a good one. 4-3. Snap throw back. Boy, did he just get back. That was close. That is a Bearcats sigh of relief. Let's look at this again. Well, he was leaning. He just went to the far side of the bag and got that arm in there just a little bit ahead of the tag. Have a little talk with the IU Kokomo coach, who disagreed with that call, and it was very close at second base. A 1-run, this is important stuff. It's a 1-run game at 4-3 in the bottom half of the 5th in an elimination game. Low and outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Another, you could hear the Brescia bench going back. It's kind of a universal thing, and Hebner got back. Hayden Jones 2 for 2. Redshirt freshman out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jones at 342. 7 homers, 63 runs batted in. Into left center. But Rachel showing a whole lot of speed there in center field. As once again the Bearcats threaten and do not score. As it is 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left on bases. Brescia does score a run in that inning. We played 5 here in Chillicothe with the score IU Kokomo 4 and Brescia 3. You are watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships in VA's Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Fueled by a passion for sports, dreaming of turning it into a career, Midway University has the playbook to help you achieve that dream, and our online programs are a key part of that winning formula. Whether coaching, managing events, overseeing venues, or excelling in marketing, Midway offers several degree programs to help you score big in the sports industry. Enroll now and kickstart your journey to an exciting career in sports. Find out more at midway.edu/winning.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit, in the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
We're back at VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, as Grayson Smith will come out for his 3rd inning of work. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and that is a bunt that's foul. Has faced 8 batters, 1 double, 1 fly out, no ground outs. 38 pitches, 22 of them are strikes. Second pitcher of the ball game for the Bearcats. And that is a bunt, and Smith feels his possession well there, and it's 1-3 on the out as the number 9 hitter Jack Tallman bounces out to start the top half of the 6th. Slip back to the top of the order, and Wolf had a big 2 RBI base hit back of the 2nd. Strike on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Noah Wolf, a senior, 5'7", 170 out of Fishers, Indiana, and Carl Sandburg Community College. 1-1 the count. Blew that one right past him, 1-2. Hankins on deck. Shoots that right back up the middle for a base hit. As Wolf's on for the 3rd time today. Hankins steps in, walked to the 1st, and struck out in the 2nd and the 4th. Hankins, 5'7", 180 from Knoxville, Illinois, and Carl Sandburg Community College. That's hit into right field, and that's a base hit. So the top of the order getting it done, as the Cougars have them on the corners. Hankins with a base hit. Wolf going from 1st to 3rd. And a chance for Nate Montgomery to do some cleaning up. Struck out in the first. Walked in the third, struck out in the fourth. Montgomery, a junior from Lexington, Indiana, played before at Vincennes University. Right around the bunt, pulls it back, and it is a ball. So we'll see if Grayson Smith can work out of trouble as he fires over to first base. And Hankins is back in time. Kokomo does have speed. Wolf at third base has stolen 18 bases. Hankins at first base has stole one today and has 13 stolen bases for the year. With one out, would not be stunned to see Hankins take off for second. And that's, you know, I don't know if great minds think alike, but they're paying a lot of attention to him. The utmost respect for head coach Casey Hamilton as that's hit back to the pitcher. Throw to first is in time, but he gets the job done and gets a run scored. Montgomery executed that to perfection. He is out, but Wolf scores easily from third. And it's back to a 2-run lead at 5-3. On the play, Hankins moves into scoring position at second base. Wild pitch. Hankins goes to third. And there was a no doubter on that. It goes all the way back to the padding. Want to know the count. 2 gone here in the top half of the 6th inning. Fouled out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like there's some work going on. I can't see it, but I did see a ball firing up down to the Brescia bullpen. That's outside. Connor Mitchison went outside to get that one that could have gone astray. Check swing. Did he go around? 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back up the middle. It's a base hit, and it's 6-3. Taking the wide turn was Rachel. Rodney Rachel gets another RBI to his total. Hankins will score from third base, and Jedvir Garcia will step in now with Rachel at first base. And the lead is back to 3, and the Cougars have out-hit the Bearcats 9-4. It's like a ball got out of the bullpen. Throw to second goes into center field. Told you Rachel was fast. He steals second, goes to third on the air. IU Kokomo using their legs. Rachel with his 13th stolen base of the year there, and advanced another base on the air. Garcia at the plate. No balls and one strike. In the turf, Garcia walked and scored in the second, struck out in the third, and a base hit in the fifth. And that is hit into center field. And Max Johnson will clean that one up. And that is all for the Cougars in the inning. But they pick up 2 runs here on the top of the 6th. We played 5.5 innings with the score IU Kokomo 6 and Brescia 3. You are watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships at VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Is like a family. It's really a relaxed atmosphere for being on a college campus.
I just fell right in love with the campus. Everybody was so welcoming and so kind. You get the type of attention that you need. It's very easy to make friends. A very affordable university for me. I'm debt-free once I graduate, and that makes me a lot more excited about my future.
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success. And we can't wait to be a part of your story.
A new pitcher for IU Kokomo. See the number 35, Jacob Forson, a freshman, 6'1" and 200 pounds, out of Fairfield, Ohio, and Fairfield Union High School. Asensio will start things off for Brescia, as Forson is 1-2 with a 5.54 ERA, 27th appearance, 1 start. He has 2 saves, 26 innings pitched, 25 runs, 22 of them earned, 25 hits, 22 runs, 16 earned, 12 strikeouts, 12 walks, and that's a strike. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, 101 at bats, a .248 batting average against 3 hit batters and 1 balk. That is hit in the air in the foul territory and on the roof. Oh, if there was a chance to get it, Luke Hansen was going to get it. Asa Christie, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 22 batters faced, 1 double, 8 flyouts, 3 groundouts, 76 pitches, 46 of them were strikes, and with going 5 innings, he could win the ball game. He could be the winner. Could not be the loser. Fouled off again. Asensio, fielder's choice of the first. And line to Max French at third base in the third. Little 9-iron shot in the shallow right. Wolf, the second baseman, will take that for the first out of the inning.
Designated hitter number 25, yellow, Marco.
Marcos steps in. Miguel Marcos struck out in the first, walked in the fourth. That is swung on and missed. No balls and one strike. Stretch of the pitch. Skosh high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Miguel Marcos, the sophomore from Santiago in the Dominican Republic, will go to the backstop, but doesn't hurt anything. There's nobody on base. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Marcos, 341, 5 homers, 28 runs batted in. Brescia, a 304 team batting average. That's into left field with a base hit for Marcos. 5th hit of the ball game for the Bearcats compared to 9 for IU Kokomo. As Chase Christie, working an 0 for 2 day, will step in for the Bearcats, the Champion of Character Award winner. Getting limbered up before the left-hander steps in. Just misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Christie, 292 with 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. And his Bearcats down by 3 runs. Left center field, but you've seen a lot of warning track outs over the tournament so far. As Christie flies out to Rodney Rachel in center field for the second out of the inning. Is Connor Mitchinson, who's 0 for 2, and the number 8 hitter will step up for the Bearcats. Mitchinson, a freshman out of Owensboro, Kentucky, and McLean County High School. Off-speed pitch misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Mitchinson, 242 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. And there's a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. An overcast Friday here in Chillicothe, Ohio. That is the ball. Yeah, you see those clouds. They look a little threatening. Possibility we could have a shower or two. Not supposed to be any hard rain today, though. That's low. Not Chamber of Commerce Day, though, today. Packed, and the wind is blowing out. That's possible wind that you see in shower activity. That's going to put Mitchinson on at first base. And Mitchinson is on at first. Marcos goes to second. It's not that the Bearcats are not getting base runners on. They're getting base runners on, but they have not been able to get clutch hits when they need them. And that's going to be Kyle Brown coming up, the 9 hitter for the Bearcats. 0 for 2. Fouled down the first base side. Kyle Brown, a senior from Scotia, New York, and Felician University. Snap throw back to first. They got him. Mitchison is picked off first, and that is the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We have played 6 complete, and there's the runner thrown out. It is 6-3 IU Kokomo. You're watching the River States Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, the River State Conference Championship Network. New pitcher for the Brescia Bearcats. He is Luke Quinn, a freshman out of Owensboro Catholic High School in Owensboro, Kentucky. Luke Quinn is 1-1 with a 6.66 ERA. 17th appearance, he has started a game, 24 in the third innings, 32 hits, 23 runs. 18 of them earned, has struck out 8, walked 8. 5 doubles, 1 triple, 5 homers, 165 at bats. The opposition hitting .352 against him. 3 wild pitches, 6 hit batters, and 2 balks. Forced in the second pitcher, win an inning, allowed a hit. No strikeouts and a walk. 4 batters faced, 2 flyouts, no groundouts, 17 total pitches. 9 of them strikes. So he did the job. But it's 6-3, and if you're a Brescia pitcher right now, you got to hold. 6, 7, and 8 for the Cougars. Max French is starting things out here in the top half of the 7th. Max got a base hit and scored in the second, sac fly and a ribby in the third, struck out in the 5th. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 the count. That is outside. That's 4-pitch walk. So the Cougars have a leadoff runner on in the 7th.
Your attention, please. Running at first base, number 33, Ryan Lawson.
Runner at first base for French. That is a strike on the outside corner to Napier. Runner at first base is Ryan Lawson, a freshman out of Amboy, Indiana. You got to have a little conversation on that from Casey Hamilton and the Brescia folks. And we're going to get all this stuff untangled as you see a confab of that. And I got one of the best guys in the business doing this, Lee. You racked it up right there for me, buddy. Squares around a bunt. It's hit twice. The throw to second. Hit it again. Yeah, he did hit it twice. It's a foul ball, is what the call is. So French and Casey Hamilton, I think, has just been tossed from the game. At this point in time, he's gotten thrown out. He's going to get his money's worth. Casey has done a tremendous job with this Brescia squad. If he stays there for a while, they're going to have a tremendous baseball program. So it is a 6-3 contest. And that's one of those ones. This is an elimination game. If you can put a little fire in your team, I'm not saying you do it necessarily on purpose, but Casey Hamilton, one of those players, coaches, as he heads out. And is out of the contest right now. But Casey Hamilton's one of those guys I would not mind having my son play for Casey Hamilton. Well, we got some fire here today. No balls and 2 strikes to Napier, and that's fouled off. Sacrificed in the second. Base hit in the third. Walked in the fifth. We're in the top half of the seventh. I don't know if Ernie Banks ever said let's play 3, but that's what we're doing today. Second day in a row we're doing that. 0-2 pitch. That's high and outside. Quinn, the third pitcher of the contest for Brescia. Nobody out in the seventh. Throw back to first base. Getting a piece of that one. Napier hanging in there. Junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. That's hit to third. Throw to first gets away. And coming all the way around and scoring with a head first slide is French. Napier got to first base, tripped and fell down and really battled to get his way back to first. But Napier comes all the way around and scores. And it's 7-3 IU Kokomo. It's nobody out. Hansen is scheduled up, and there he is, the catcher. Walked and scored in the second, walked and stole a base in the fourth, struck out in the fifth. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for IU Kokomo. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Brescia. And this, it looks like you see, that's raindrops you see. We're supposed to get some showers today. I'm just hoping we can get our baseball action in. That's hit to the pitcher. 1-3 on the out as Quinn will throw to Christie. That moves Napier to second.
Left fielder number 8, Jack Tallman.
Tallman, the left fielder. Sack fly to Ribby into second. Walk to the fourth. Bounced out. Pitcher to first in the seventh. 1 on, 1 out in the home half of the seventh. And it's coming down. Fouled out of play. First of 3 scheduled. As IU Southeast and Midway will play next. Yeah, we had everything you could see, and you get a look there is IU Southeast. They are the regular season champions of the River State Conference. That's drilled into right field. And it's going to bounce off the fence. And runners at second and third. Fairly close play at second base. And they got him. So a good job there by Kyle Brown getting that thing back in fast. Let's take a look at this again. That is a bullet of a throw. On the fly. Yeah, hello. Boom. Got him by a lot. That's a no-doubter. So 9-4 on that out. Seven to 3 to score now. Back up to the top of the order, and Wolf, who's been productive, did bounce out of the first. Knocked in 2 in the second, walked in the fourth, got a base hit and scored in the sixth. And the lead is up to 4 at 7-5. Or 7-3 rather. 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. For IU Kokomo, 3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for Brescia. Still raining, maybe let up a little bit. And that's going to get away from the catcher, and it's 8-3. Napier scoring there. And that is going to be all of the inning. So we have played 7 here, or 6.5, at VA Memorial Stadium with the score IU Kokomo 8 and Brescia 3. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships on the River State Conference Championship Network.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Back at Chillicothe, home half of the 7th. It's 9-1-2, and Brescia's running out of outs. Home half of the 7th, that means they got 9 outs to work with, and they have a 5-run deficit to take care of. 8 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for IU Kokomo. 3 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for Brescia. IU Kokomo, Asa Christie with the first 5. 4 hits, 4 runs. 4 hits, 3 runs, pardon me. 2 of them earned. 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Foursome, 1 inning. Had a walk and 4 batters faced. The new pitcher is Owen Norris. He'll be the 3rd pitcher of the ballgame. We see him there. That is shot back up the middle, and that is a base hit. Owen Norris, a junior out of North Liberty, Iowa, and Ellsworth Community College. And Kyle Brown shot that one right back up the middle for a base hit. So 1 on. Six hits in the ball game for Brescia today. Back up to the top of the order, and Max Johnson hit by a pitch, a home run, and a base hit, and scored. That's a pretty good day for your leadoff man. That is a strike. But they need to, when they get him on, to get him over and get him in. Inside 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for IU Kokomo. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Brescia, an elimination game here at Chillicothe. And it looks like that the rain has subsided a great deal. That is hit to the shortstop. No, it got away from him. And Brescia's got him on the corners. I thought the way it looked that Garcia was going to stomp on the bag for the fielder's choice, but no, it got away from him. And Kevin Brown just kept motoring. He's at third base now. And Max Johnson is at first. As Massa, the shortstop, is up. And it looks like the possibilities are here for Brescia. Here in the home half of the 7th. That's fouled, and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Joseph Massa, a junior from Salinas, Puerto Rico. And Pasco Hernando. That's in the 5.5 hole for a base hit, and it's 8-4. So a base hit and an RBI for Massa. As Brown will score from third base, Johnson goes to second base. And Grant Hebner will try to keep the train rolling. So it's the 7th hit of the ball game for Brescia, compared to 10 hits for IU Kokomo. So 1 run back. The hits are at 10-7. And the lead at 4 runs. But if you get Hebner on, you would actually have the tying run come to the plate. Fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Hebner walked to the first, flew out to right field in the third, and had an RBI hit in the sixth. Down the right field line. Fair ball. Bounces off the Shawnee State sign in right field. Another run is going to score, maybe two. The throw gets away. And Hebner's going to end up at third base. As Johnson scores from second. And Massa scores all the way from first base where the ball gets away. Hebner goes to third, and it's 8-6.
Second baseman, number 22, Hayden Jones.
As Jones will step in. Hebner at third. Well, as we said, look at this again. And that is hit into shallow right. And Hebner thinks about it and I think wisely decides to retreat back to third. Well, each team now with 10 hits.
Third baseman, number 0, Michael
Asensio, the third baseman, 0 for 3. A lot of stuff would get that seventh run of the ball game in. Asensio hitting at .307 with 2 homers and 20 runs batted in. That is a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. Looks like some work beginning in the Kokomo bullpen as that's fouled straight back. Asensio, a sophomore from Joliet, Illinois, transferred from Kaskaskia Junior College. Down the right field line. That is the call of a foul ball. It's close. Very close, but I think it did kick on the foul side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That would be a little pitching wedge shot that would have got this to a 1-run ball game. And it's what happens. Shoots it down the right field line, and it's 8-7. Going to second base with a head first line is Asensio. Give him a double. And an RBI as Hebner scores. And it's a 1-run ball game with a tying run at second base with only 1 out. Miguel Marcos will step in. And that is right down the right field line. From what I understand, the first run is earned. The second one is not earned. And we have a conference on the bump. And we are going to have a new pitcher. The new pitcher for Kokomo is Cam Howard, a 6'3", 215-pound senior from Fishers, Indiana, and Carl Sandburg Community College. This thing has gotten interesting here. They've all been outstanding ball games. So Howard is the new pitcher. He is 3-1 with a 6.51 ERA, 19th appearance, 5 starts, 37 of the third innings, 43 hits, 27 runs, 27 earned runs, struck out 39, walked 15, 14 doubles, no triples, 4 homers, 141 at bats. The opposition hitting .305 against him. 12 wild pitches and 7 hit batters. He is the new pitcher for IU Kokomo. Norris ended up going a third of an inning. 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. 6 batters faced, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 flyout, no groundouts, 13 pitches, 12 strikes. For his outing at 54.00 on his ERA. Asa Christie got the start. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 22 batters faced, 1 double, 1 homer, 8 flyouts, 3 groundouts, and 76 pitches with 46 of them strike. And Jacob Forson with an inning, allowing 1 hit, no runs, no strikeouts, a walk, 4 batters faced in that period of time, 2 flyouts, 17 total pitches, of which 9 of them were strikes. So the 4th pitcher of the game for IU Kokomo is Cam Howard, as Marco steps in with a tying run at second base and 1 out. What a game we have had here today. Inside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count. Five and a half hole. That's a base hit. And runners on the corners for the Brescia Bearcats as Asensio moves to third. Marcos is on at first. And Mr. Christie, the former North Posey standout from Wadesville, Indiana, will take a crack at it now with the tying run at third base and the lead run at first base. Christie 0 for 3 on the day. A strike on the inside corner. Oh, and 1 to count. Home half of the 7th and a barn burner in game 1. That's drilled foul and out of play. 0 and 1 to count. Oh and 2. That is, call it a foul ball. It's close. I would not want to have those guys' jobs, I tell you that. The umpires we've had have done overall a pretty decent job here. No balls and 2 strikes. That, if it would have been fair, would have tied the ball game up. Let's take another look. That is right smack down the line. That's close. I wouldn't want to have to call that one. No. 0 and 2 yet to Christie. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. It's strike 3. And that is out number 2. That is the first strikeout for the new pitcher, Howard. 5 on the day for IU Kokomo pitchers and Brescia bats around. as Mitchison, the catcher, flew out to right in the first, to left, and the second rather, to left in the fourth, and walked in the sixth. Each team with 10 hits. It is 8-7, and a base hit by Mitchison would tie this puppy up. That's maybe more than that. Holy smoly molies. Mitchison has just gone yard. Unbelievable. Touch them all, Mr. Mitchison. And the Bearcats, who were left for being in critical condition a little bit back, has just yanked the lead with a 3-run homer by Connor Mitchison. Asensio scores ahead of him. Miguel Marcos scores ahead of him. And it is 10-7 as you look at that thing go bye-bye. It is gone. And Brown will bat for the second time in the inning, and he'll fly out to end the 8th inning, but an absolutely astronomical inning for the Brescia Bearcats, as it is now a 10-8 contest as they come up with 7 big runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to lead now by 2. 10-8 Bearcats. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from Chillicothe, Ohio, on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Fueled by a passion for sports, dreaming of turning it into a career, Midway University has the playbook to help you achieve that dream, and our online programs are a key part of that winning formula. Whether coaching, managing events, overseeing venues, or excelling in marketing, Midway offers several degree programs to help you score big in the sports industry. Enroll now and kickstart your journey to an exciting career in sports. Find out more at midway.edu/winning.
It all began in 1937. A vision to start something different, something better. A college athletics association where competition wasn't just about the scoreboard, but about character, growth, and rising together. From that first tip-off, the NAIA has grown in size and in spirit, in the way we play, the way we lead. Make athletics greater than a game.
This is college athletics the way it was meant to be. This is the right way to play.
A new pitcher, Kason Troutman, a right-handed pitcher, a junior from Owensboro, Kentucky, at Davis County High School. So now Kokomo has to battle back. Here in the top half of the 8th, they have the top of the order. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. That is hit in the air. Hankins, the batter. And we got a feeling you may have a little more stuff to go in this, as a leadoff double by Hankins. And Nate Montgomery will truck in. Montgomery struck out in the first, walked and scored in the third, struck out in the fourth, sacrificed in the sixth. The new pitcher, Cam Troutman, a 1-1 record, a 6.43 ERA. 19 appearances. He does have a save. 28 innings pitched, 26 hits, 22 runs, 20 of them earned. Struck out 21, walked 14, 9 doubles, no triples, 4 homers. 106 at bats, a 245 batting average against, 3 wild pitches, and 7 hit batters. So the tying run for IU Kokomo is now at the plate. 11 hits for each team, 2 errors for each team. But a 7-run seventh has given the Brescia Bearcats the lead. That misses inside, 2-0. And a conference on the bump. Troutman, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Brescia Bearcats. As everybody comes in. 3 games coming up today. Game 2 coming up when we're done. 3 p.m. time start on that. It's IU Southeast versus Midway. And the final game at 7 o'clock tonight, Oakland City University battling Shawnee State. This is fun stuff, and you look at the brackets there. Levi's done a good job of putting all that stuff together, I tell you that. So great week of baseball here in Chillicothe, Ohio. It would be something I would recommend highly. That is a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. That is hit into right field. And a can of corn there for Brown in right. But you have Hankins moved to third. Rachel will step in now. 382, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in. And for the next game, you see Midway coming in. They'll battle IU Southeast. That is low. 1 ball and no strikes. About an hour and a half away, we'll get that started, unless we're still playing this one. As that bat slipped out. We've had some rain, no doubt about that. As it got out of Rachel's hands and flew. Glad it didn't hit anybody. Now Rachel's going to step back in. Low and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. This is one of those days you really don't know what's going to be coming up next. That is low. Foul ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This has had more ebbs and flows. 22 hits and 18 runs between these two teams today. And that is fouled again. Dylan Warda got the start for IU Kokomo. They've used 4 pitchers. Christie starting it. Or it was Christie starting it for IU Kokomo. Ward is starting it for Brescia. And that's fouled again. Dylan Ward has started with the first 3 innings, 4 hits and 4 runs. Grayson Smith, 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Luke Quinn, 1 inning, 1 run. That's hit into left field. And he caught it. I haven't seen Max Johnson miss anything so far this week. As that is 2 gone.
Shortstop, number 16, Javier Garcia.
10-9 the score. But that was deep enough to get Hankins in to make it a 1-run game. Just misses inside to Javier Garcia. Walked in the second and scored, struck out in the third, base hit in the fifth, flew out to center in the sixth. Each team with 11 hits. The bases are clear, and it's a 1-run game in the 8th. That misses high. I truly am glad I took my blood pressure medicine. There's been every game that we've had has been vastly in doubt till the end. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's a strike. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Javier Garcia. That's hit in the air into foul territory. Out of play. Garcia still battling it out. A junior from Puerto Rico, that's back to the pitcher, and a soft toss to first base will end it in the 8th. By golly, you know what? Kokomo's coming back. They got a run on a sac fly scoring Hankins, and it is a 1-run Brescia lead. We have played 7.5 innings in day 2, game 1, with the score of the Brescia Bearcats 10 and IU Kokomo 9. You are watching one heck of a River State Conference baseball tournament from the VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio, on the River State Conference Championship Network.
Is like a family. It's really a relaxed atmosphere for being on a college campus.
I just fell right in love with the campus. Everybody was so welcoming and so kind. You get the type of attention that you need. It's very easy to make friends. A very affordable university for me. I'm debt-free once I graduate, and that makes me a lot more excited about my future.
At Rio, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
We're back. And we have a new pitcher of the ball game, the fifth one for IU Kokomo. The new pitcher will be Cameron Haney. You see him taking his warm-up tosses there. As it was Asa Christie that got all this stuff started. Haney, a junior, 6'3", 180 pounds, out of Carmel, Indiana, and Lakeland College. Haney 2-2 with a 3.98 ERA, 25th appearance, 1 start, 1 save, 43 innings, 39 hits, 21 runs, 19 earned runs, 27 strikeouts, 16 walks, 12 doubles, no triples, 4 homers, 161 at-bats, a 242 batting average against, 5 wild pitches, 8 hit batters, and a balk. And the first pitch is out there. And I think it's a ball, but I wouldn't put the house on it. Fouled down the third baseline. It's a ball and a strike. 10-9. Brescia, a 7-run inning to come all the way back and take the lead. Sent 10 batters to the plate. Max Johnson starting it off, the leadoff man. That is hit into shallow left field. Shortstop lost it for a moment, but Caden Whitehead, who's the new shortstop now, catches it for out number 1. And not only is there a new pitcher in Haney, there's a new shortstop and Caden Whitehead in the contest for the Cougars. Massa, the shortstop, or Massa will step in. That is hit off the wall. No, that's hit over the wall. And Massa, the shortstop for Brescia, has made it an 11-9 ball game. Oh, we didn't see Taters yesterday, but man, we're seeing them today. 12th hit for Brescia. And Massa touches them all. That's his 5th home run of the year and 23rd run batted in. As that brings Hebner to the plate. Throw to first is wide, pulled off the base, so Hebner is on. Let's look at this one more time. As that is the home run. Man, you're getting everything in this ball game. This is an e-ticket ride today, and it's an elimination game on top of it. 12 hits for Brescia, 11 hits for IU Kokomo, and it's 11-9. Throw back over to first base. Napier able to hold on to it there. One ball, no strikes. That's fouled off. This is going to be one. Of course, they're always all of our broadcasts available on demand. But I think, especially to whoever wins this thing in the end, this is going to be one that they're going to look at a number of times. Up the middle, and that's going to get into left center field, a base hit. And the Bearcats have them on the corners. Asensio steps in. And they're playing patty cake here with runners on the corners. Hebner at third base. Hayden Jones at first base. And Asensio at the plate. That is drilled foul. 11-9, the big knock. The Massa home run. That is fouled out of play. Outside, 1-2. Runner goes into second and will get in there. I don't know if there'll be a stolen base or not. That's probably going to be a base by defensive indifference. A base hit now could score two more with Asensio at the plate. That's outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Asensio 1 for 4 with an RBI. That's fouled again. Each team with a run in the 8th to put the Brescia lead back to 2 at 11-9. Asensio, a sophomore from Joliet, Illinois, into center field. Going back a couple of steps with center fielder Rachel. And scoring from third base is Hebner. So it is 12-9. On the play, Hayden Jones goes to third. So with 2 gone, Marcos at the plate. 12 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for Brescia. 9 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for IU Kokomo. We are in the home half of the 8th, which means right now Cougars got to get at least 3 to get a bottom of the 9th. That's a strike. That's fouled off. I've just been up here flapping my gums and feel like I've been through a war in this one. Back at 4th, IU Kokomo with a big lead early. Brescia fights back. Fouled again. Marcos continues to battle. 10 batters in the last inning for Brescia. This is the 6th hitter in the 8th. Shot down the third base line, and once again, Marcos just holding on in there. Fouled once again. One ball and 2 strikes. Did not go around. That's foul. And it stays at 2-2. Foul again down the third base line. Now the winner of this game would take on the loser of the next game, which is IU Southeast and Midway. You can finally get to the last out of the 8th, but this time it's IU Kokomo that's going to need the rally cap. We played 8 complete, and it's a 3-run lead for Brescia as they lead IU Kokomo 12-9. You are watching the River State Conference Baseball Championships from VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.
At Ryle, we believe your education should be personal, affordable, and full of possibilities. Here, you're part of a community that supports your success in the classroom and beyond. And now, there's even more to be a part of, with new traditions and new energy taking shape.
I want to invite you to see what's possible when you learn at a place where everyone knows your name and cares about your future. At Rio, it's all about you, your goals, your journey, and your success, and we can't wait to be a part of your story.
Well, if you're a Kokomo fan, you need your rally cap on as Max French will start things off. Cason Troutman still on the bump for Brescia. The sophomore from Hazard, Kentucky, as that's fouled down the third base line. French, a base hit and scored in the second. Sac fly and an RBI in the third. Struck out in the fifth and walked and scored in the seventh. It's foul tip. 0-2. I'm not the best person with math in the world, but I'm pretty sure that Kokomo needs a three spot here to get Brescia to have to hit in the bottom of the ninth. It's a shame the loser of this game is eliminated, will be the first team eliminated from the tournament. Will be 5 teams left. Just getting a piece of it, 1 and 2. That is hit into left field. And it's going to be in there for a base hit. And Max French starts out things well for Kokomo as he has a double. Up next, the 7-hitter, Corbin Napier. Napier, the first baseman. 12-9 is the score. Nobody out. Napier sacrificed in the second, stole a couple of bases after a base hit in the third, walked in the fifth, knocked in a run, and scored in the seventh. That's a moonshot to left center. And it is caught in left field by Tallman, and that allows Garcia to go to third, but that's a big out. You got, if you're Kokomo, you got now 2 outs to play with. You got 2 outs to get 3 runs. And that ain't easy.
Catcher number 18, Luke Hansen.
Luke Hansen for Kokomo. 1 on and 1 out. Hansen from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. 5'6", 170, a grad student. That's a ball. Yesterday and today I've enjoyed watching him behind the plate. A great defensive catcher. 1 ball, no strikes. 25 hits between the two teams. Ran around the bunt, he pulls it back. And that's ball, it's 2-0. Squares around the bunt, and that's a strike. Inside. And taking his base will be Hansen. Will be a runner. Jude Ruddy will be running once again for Hansen. Jack Tallman, sack fly on a ribby in the second, walked in the fourth, bounced out pitcher to first in the third, and a base hit in the seventh. Now on the corner, he's now the tying run. If there's a Tater, it's a 12-12 game. That is hit in the air, not going to get out of the infield. Who's going to catch it? The shortstop, Massa, will catch that one, and there's 2 gone, so it's back up to the top of the order. And that is Noah Wolf, and it's the last hope for the Bearcats in this crazy, crazy Game 1 today. IU Southeast just coming into the ballpark. That is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 12 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors for Brescia. 9 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors for IU Kokomo. Tying run at the plate. That is hit into foul territory. And I tell you, Hankins was putting the Brown that was putting the pedal to the metal there in right field. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1 the count. IU Southeast and Midway coming up. That is slated for a 3 o'clock start. About an hour and 8 minutes from now. That is a strike. And the Cougars are down to their final strike of this tournament. 1-2. Fouled off. Wolf at the plate. A senior from Fishers, Indiana. Trying to be the hero for the Cougars in this one. Foul back again. Fouled off again. What a battle. Kaysen Troutman on the bump. the fourth pitcher of the ball game for Brescia. Trying to shut the door here in the ninth inning. Outside, 2-2. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Ready, running for Hanson at first. French is at third, and he does it again. He fouls off. My stars. The battle continues as you see a determined Noah Wolf at the plate. Hit to third. The throw to first. 5-3 on the out, and Brescia has done it. A most somewhat unlikely comeback win as Asensio throws that to Chase Christie at first base, and somewhat of a relief celebration for Brescia as they get to move on in this tournament. They will play the loser of the next game, the loser of game 6, which is tonight at 7, the Oakland City Shawnee State game. We've got IU Southeast and Midway coming up next. But it's 12 runs, 13 hits, and 2 errors for the Brescia Bearcats. 9 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors for IU Kokomo. I want to thank Levi, and you see the brackets coming up next here as Levi's got them up there. Levi, buddy, I want to thank you for the outstanding work you do, and also all of our camera people. Thank you very, very much. We're going to take a little bit of a break. The next game starting in officially about an hour and 3 minutes. So till then, for Levi, I'm Walt Ferber saying so long for a little bit. You're watching the River State Conference Baseball Tournament from the VA Memorial Stadium in Chillicothe, Ohio on the River State Conference Championship Network.